This set of videos will take us through the creation of the orange palette exercise. Right now, the HTML file is very unstyled, very semantically HTML code, nothing too crazy about it. H1 tag, lists for navigation ready to go, some graphics, a few paragraphs, but the goal is to take this and put the elements into div tags for position, the position being non-absolute position, so that we can start getting a handle on floating and clearing style layouts. I'm creating my div tags, of course, in the HTML. Just for the ease of this video, I'm also keeping my styles in the actual code as opposed to having an external style sheet, and I'll move those out later. Currently, I have the star rule in place, and the star rule is the matriarch rule that will trickle down, cascade into all of the other rules. Currently, it's eliminating all of the margin and all of the padding that comes into play by default. I'm going to start by styling up this orange palette H1 tag, and you can see it in the code here. So I need a rule to describe what's going to happen to that H1 tag. It is the only H1 tag on my page. So new rule, it will be a tag, an existing tag called H1. Again, I'm just creating my styles in this document only. And I'm going to bring the image of the easel, the big main logo, into the background. So I will hunt out for that. It's going to take me a moment to find that. Here it is, logo. I want to make sure that I'm noting the size of the logo, 396 by 528. And in fact, I'm just going to jump right over here and enter those numbers in before I forget. 396 by 598. Back in the background category, I want to make sure that regardless of what happens to that div tag, that image can't possibly repeat. And just for good measure, I'm going to say position that to the left and the top. The other thing, because there is actually text in here, we're going to go to the block category and choose to push that text, the orange palette, the actual content of the div, out to the left, so negative 9,999. So let's go ahead and click apply and see what happens there. Okay, decent. So we can save that. So we have our second rule created for the H1 tag. Go ahead and save that. We need to actually add some structural divs as well. So before we leave this video, I'm going to go in and identify sort of the main components, the main areas. The logo and the first navigation will go in a div tag that will be over on the left-hand side. Everything else, for the most part, will be on the right-hand side with the exception of the footer. So we have three main structural divs. So as I come through my code, I will first choose the H1 all the way through the navigation. Actually, it's just through this first list. I apologize about that. So the orange palette through the first navigation is in one div tag. So div ID equals, I'll call this left. And when that list ends, I will end the div tag. And I'm also going to comment that out. And left. Okay. The next list through the information that looks like it would be the footer. Okay, so I'm identifying that. I will surround that with a div tag as well. Div ID equals, I'll call that one main. And I will find its ending spot, end that div, and also comment that ending out. And main div. Oops, no, I have something wrong there. There we go. And then finally, the last bit of information we'll consider our footer. So I will enclose that div ID equals footer, and after that we will end the div tag. So it doesn't really look like anything yet. We just have 3 main divs, and in my design view I can see the 3 chunks, but now of course we will go ahead and add some style to those, and we'll do that in the next video.